I've recently been doing more adulting against my own will, thinking about things like my career, because I have no clue what I like other than YouTube, taxes and how I'll be paying X amount of my already tiny salary to live, the housing market, and how I heard it takes individuals about 15 working years to afford their first home compared to my parents at 5 to 7 years before becoming a homeowner. There's just so much that no one prepares you for, and I, and probably you too, spent a lot of time saying you can't wait to grow up. In the wise words of Taylor Swift, I don't want to grow up, wish I'd never grown up. I decided to relive some of my childhood memories and invited Ifaz along. Your perception of time as a kid versus as an adult changes so much. As a kid, the future seems so far away, and so every day feels so long. You try more new things, and time slips away. You'll one day look at yourself and forget you were just a child yesterday. When did you learn to cook, drive, or that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? You'll wish you never dated that guy or girl, or went on that vacation. You'll just start having regrets because time seems to be closing in on you, that you need to have certain milestones completed by a specific age. As a child, you don't feel regret. You wait until the consequences happen. You live presently and have zero clue you're doing it. Life feels so saturated, and every day is a surprise, a new day. I want everyone to know saying you had a positive childhood is a privilege. There are so many children who don't have the opportunities to go to school, eat home-cooked meals, or have a safe home environment. Growing up might have been the only opportunity for you to leave toxic households and gain independence, to make a life for yourself although being at a disadvantage in your youth. If this is you or you're working towards it, I'm so proud of you, and so is your younger self. Instead of being negative and sulking in my missed opportunities or failures, I decided that telling some nostalgic memories would remind me of my child self and what she'd have laughed at or fully absorbed herself into.
This is... Look at her, guys.
So here we are at my elementary school, which I attended since kindergarten. How many years is that even? I was here from kindergarten until grade 8, so quite a while. And then I went to the local high school nearby right after that.
Is that close by?
Yeah, by the mall. Basically, I was here my whole life. I grew up here. My siblings went here too. I have a lot of memories here. I think my earliest memory here, I don't know if I've told you this, but I was in kindergarten and we used to have this wagon in that enclosed area because all the kindergartens and senior kindergartens stay in that enclosed pen. Yeah. But basically, we were getting pulled by this other kid and he ended up slamming us right into a pole. I don't know what his issue was. And the girl that was sitting in front of me, Sarah, smacked her face on the pole and lost her 2 front teeth.
Yikes, luckily she still has children's teeth. Don't give them a death glare.
Damn it, why does someone have to play basketball on film? That was my first memory here.
Your first memory is trauma.
No, my first memory here, but I think it was just because it was like very significant that I was like, oh my god, you can actually get injured. Right. You know, like one of my first experiences seeing blood from someone else probably. Right. Another weird memory is that by those portables over there, me and my friend got flashed by this kid. Ooh. And it was so weird. Like that was probably like the first time obviously we knew boys were different than us. And we were like, what the fuck? I just remember screaming at the top of our lungs and like running the opposite way. And then we told on him because we were like, what the fuck? That's so not cool.
Right.
Especially when you're in grade 5 or something. Like actually if you're 50, put that shit away.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ain't nobody asked, like no consent. And I was a little bit traumatized. All these stories just about me being traumatized. I don't remember anything good.
That's why you remember them, right?
Yeah. I don't play very many sports. So the only sports team I was ever on was volleyball, right. And that was at this school. So that was good memory. It was nice like being a part of something.
Were you good at it?
I feel like I wasn't like the best at it, but I definitely was able to like play and make a team at least. Right. Probably I'm the same height I was when I was like in grade 8. I don't think I've grown since grade 8. Dude, stop playing basketball by yourself. I hope it's not really loud though.
How much is it picking it up?
Like pretty much like a decent amount.
It is pretty loud. It's like the same volume.
I know. It was really nice because I think that was like my first experience being a part of a team in that kind of atmosphere, because I feel like you can't really get that with other things. Like sports just feels very different than like a club. When you're on a sports team, it's just very close knit. Like you're basically best friends with everyone who's on your team. This kid's going off. He's on a fucking like track meet or something. It's like 27 degrees outside, guys. My earliest memories were here. I really liked it here. I always question if English is technically my second language because I would assume that my parents didn't speak English to me when I was a child.
It's your first language now.
Yeah, it's my first language now. I obviously spoke like Cantonese before I probably spoke English.
To your parents, yeah.
Do you remember Grounders?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. This is a new playground. We didn't have this one before. We used to have like an old shitty one. It also has wood chips, and before it was like tiny little pebbles.
Yeah.
Kids would always grab a handful of the pebbles and like whip them at each other.
As you do.
And so I think maybe that's why they changed it to the wood chips. If you throw them, the wind will pick them up, so it's like not as dangerous maybe. I remember doing like track and field, doing all the races, a nice memory of when life wasn't as like serious, right? You'd think that running 100 meters is like the most serious thing of your life in elementary school because you need to win.
Yeah. For track and field, did you ever win any medals?
Surprisingly, I did high jump. What's it called when you...
Oh, the baton thing, right?
Yeah, the baton.
Relay?
Relay, yeah, relay. So I did do relay too. I never placed first at the meets, but I think I would always place like second or third.
Yeah.
Which wasn't a big deal to me. I feel like I never felt like I was a failure if I didn't get first place in a sport. It wasn't important to me. Instead of academic performance, it's just like your athletic performance, especially if that's what you excel in.
Grade 6, I got 3rd place for triple jump, 5th place for shot put, and 2nd place for long jump.
Another thing is, I don't know if you remember how cringy and gross your grade 7 and 8 dances were, and there's just
I never went to those.
Oh, you never went?
No.
You're a child. Why are you grinding up on other children? What is that? I remember they used to do like a fundraiser. Whoever had the most money fundraised, you'd get like your pick of a top prize.
Right.
And I remember there was just this one necklace from Roxy that I just wanted so bad. It was so weird that I wanted it. I just remember it was so ugly. It was so ugly, and it was probably worth like $40 at the time. I fundraised like over $400 for this thing. And you know when they're like, don't go door to door to fundraise, your girl was going door to door.
Yeah.
What were like the songs like that? Like Lady Gaga,
Usher.
like fucking Poker Face and stuff like that. All the boys would be so sweaty in the gym and like
and they're oversized
and they have
dress
the
shirts.
yeah. That would be your first experience like clubbing.
Clubbing.
As a child.
And the hormones are going crazy.
And you're not on any alcohol, you're not on any drugs, and you're just fucking going off to the music. And you also don't care what you look like.
It's actually better as a kid, I
yeah,
think.
it is better as a kid because you don't care. And then in the upper years, so like grade 7 and 8, you were actually allowed to leave the property for lunch. And we left every lunch, and we'd go to the Sherwood Plaza that's like just down the street. Like I'm gonna bring Evaz there with me right now. Go to Lee's Kitchen and get some fries and vegetable lo mein. We're gonna do that now, and then we'd also get other things, but I'll talk about it when we get there.
I feel like when I was a kid, everyone would always talk about bullies or whatever, but the bullies were just like mean kids. They were just like the racist mean kids.
I think with kids, when they don't understand something, their natural tendency is to make fun of them. This is like an outdoor classroom. It never existed when I came to school here. This used to be just like grass. Shut the fuck up, you bird. Where's that coming from? I guess they must have gotten some funding to do outdoor renovations. I don't know why there's a ramp up there by that baseball diamond.
That is.
That's really weird and strange, but whatever. There's a ball here. I was here earlier and I was kicking it. I was just having fun, you know, I was by myself. Saw that it said that it was super fucking bouncy, and I was like, why don't I just kick it a little harder at the rock right in front of me? So I kick it. It almost hits me in the face, like straight in the face. Go kick it. Just kick it lightly and tell me that thing's not bouncy.
It's like deflated, that's why. Yeah, I see.
An actual proper kickball.
That's the stuff you see in Disney's recess.
Let's go get some lunch, everybody.
Fries and lo mein.
My friend used to split those.
Yeah, it smells terrible. And stickers like, we're gonna keep the big bang.
You know, what the fuck is that?
Mouth.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of sucking on it.
Is that the French side?
No. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay. We're waiting for our food.
She's not even there. I just want my freaking noodles. Thank you.
She got the bag.
Imagine.
I want to run into someone.
Imagine
Costco fries, guys.
My friends all the time, and it smells and looks exactly the. Are the fries good?
Yeah, they're really salty though.
I'm scared it's gonna spill on us.
That's exactly what I'm being careful for. It's really hot. Nice.
Oh, it smells the same. I feel bad. This is such a waste of container. Do you want a fork or chopsticks?
Sure, I'll just grab the chopsticks, whatever.
I'm inauthentic. So this is what I used to order all the time when I was a child and would come here for lunch. And I used to share it with my friends all the time. It smells and looks exactly the same as it did God knows how many years ago. I used to come to this plaza all the time just to eat and like be a little shit. Oh, okay. This stuff tastes exactly the same.
Okay.
Whoa, why is this like exploding?
It's about to explode.
Wait, why are they all like that?
The broccoli just burnt the fuck out of my tongue.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I should have warned you.
Guys, I'm crying.
I used to just come here with my friends and go to Dollarama and buy candy. We used to literally buy Mr. Big all the time and eat that. I don't know why I was obsessed with it because I actually don't like chocolate at all. We also used to always go to that convenience store and only strictly buy Airheads.
Cigarettes?
No. We'd only buy Airheads, Pixie Sticks, and Freezies.
Which flavor? The white one?
Freezy.
Airheads.
Oh,
And Freezy.
I'd always get white.
White's the best one always, though.
White is good. If they had pink Freezies, I would go for the pink Freezy too
Where'd
as
you?
well.
How am I gonna eat this?
That's why I told you to use a fork.
Yeah, I fucked up.
There's
Is there a fork? What are you guys' opinions on like fake Chinese food? I fucking love it. Look at that color.
It's so good. Oh, there used to be a pizza shop, like a really, really shitty pizza
Oh,
shop.
not this Calabria thing?
No, it was like super cheap. When I was younger, I didn't really, I don't know, I swear I had some like kind of form of eating disorder. So I wouldn't eat lunch and I just
you
straight
told
up
me about that.
eat my friend's pizza crust because I didn't want to eat food.
Did you even pack lunch for those days or no?
Like I would just tell my mom I was going out for lunch and I just end up eating like one single pizza crust. Sometimes we would go across the street over there though to this place called Tom's Diner, but it closed down because of COVID.
Was it good?
Yeah, like the only thing we'd go there for was like poutine because it was like massive. It was like this size.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So this was like $15 for the fries and the noodles. You guys did that every time you went for lunch at school?
Well, like we wouldn't get both.
Oh, okay.
We'd either get one of the noodles and share it between two friends, or we just get fries and share that too.
That's your lunch, eh? Fries?
I didn't say we were healthy.
No, I mean like that's not enough.
I love this plaza. It basically was the place that fed me. I also went to that Mr. Sub over there, but like,
No one wants that.
yeah, it wasn't very good, but I was always like, oh, it's a healthier alternative.
This is great. You just yoink my fork?
Oh, was it yours?
Yeah, it's
oh,
okay.
my bad. Me and my friend Marilyn used to always walk from the park.
That's
like
gonna fall.
the park swings were our meetup spot to go to the mall. So she would always meet me by the swings, and I'm gonna bring you guys to the swings because the swings were my therapy place.
I haven't swung in a long time.
We're gonna swing
It's
today.
so fun.
We're gonna swing today. I thought of another funny story to tell Ifaz. Why is it always loud when I film? Like,
I don't know.
why is there fucking playing now?
Guys, we're freshly blotted. We
Yeah.
went to the gas station and we blotted our underboobs with some wet tissues.
Basically, I want to tell Ifaz that my friends and I one day discovered stink bombs and we could buy them. And we were like, oh, you know what'd be kind of funny? If we set them off in no frills. We took these stink bombs and we each picked an aisle and threw it behind the cereal boxes.
Oh god.
We got chased out of the store by the employees,
Oh,
but I
how'd they
remember
catch you?
probably because there's 4 of us just running, sprinting out of the
Oh.
store after.
Okay.
And these poor employees were chasing us down the street, like chasing us so far.
They actually chase. Interesting. The
Yeah.
four unsupervised kids obviously set up the stink bombs.
I don't know, I just feel like you don't really understand consequences unless you've like experienced them.
Right.
And I think that was like the worst thing I ever did.
Ever.
Growing up wise. Around the corner from the No Frills, there's a Markham Bowling Center. It's super old and dingy, but that's kind of where everyone had their birthday parties. I remember I got my first Tamagotchi.
Oh, nice.
From a birthday present when I had my birthday party there. And then you have like a pizza party with your friends
Yeah.
too at the bowling center. But you think you're so cool because you and your friends are there and you're just like, yeah, I'm having a birthday party.
Yeah.
This was my therapy spot. Whenever I was sad, I would come here and just swing. But it was also the meeting spot for most of my friends. Like I'd always be like,
Right.
oh, let's just meet by the swing.
Might
or
as well
whatever.
swing while they come.
In the winters, me and my friends would pour water because it's so cold in Canada. So the winters are freezing and we would pour water on the slides to freeze it over. And then we'd kind of go down it. We would freeze the slide over because we wanted it to go really, really fast down
That's
it.
so dangerous.
And we wouldn't be wearing jackets either, so we'd be
Right.
freezing.
Was the slide back then like the metal kind?
It was like a plastic kind, but it was like a swirly one.
Oh.
So you just go super fast
Like
on
go
it.
off the side?
Oh my god, yeah, you could fly off the side by accident. Hi, we're at P-Mall because I used to come here every weekend with my parents. Growing up, I thought it was normal to go like to a mall every weekend because that's just what activity my parents had planned for us. So every weekend I would drink bubble tea and go to a mall.
I'm grateful to be making new memories in old places with new people. I still feel like a kid most of the time, especially with the quarantining that took place and isolated me from so many day-to-day activities and people. I hope whoever's watching this feels less alone or lost. I never thought I'd be where I am today and imagined my life to be a lot different. We'll just have to take each day and make it a great one, living a saturated life and spending my time with the ones I love most. I don't think my younger self would be disappointed in where I am today. I think she'd be pretty excited that I started doing YouTube, despite my slow growth, because to her it felt impossible to just start. This video feels like a tribute to her, and for her to see that she's grown to be courageous and not to care what others think.